Okay, continuing our discussion about your very first job offer and how to be effective negotiating it, I want to talk about power and leverage in this video. And let's face it, power and leverage, they're going to determine your options in the negotiation phase. All right, so when I think about power and leverage, especially as it pertains to a job offer, it kind of boils down to one key aspect. Can you say no to this job offer? Because if you can't say no, then obviously you don't have a lot of power, okay? So all of the elements that I'm going to look at are going to filter up into this one thought about my ability to say no. Now I'm also going to look at their ability to replace me with another candidate, right? Because that's sort of their ability to say no to me, okay? But it's about my ability to say no. So the first element I'm going to look at is time. Time is a very important factor in any negotiation. So as I'm considering the time constraints that might be involved in a job offer, they might look like this, okay? How long has the position been vacant? Because the longer it's been vacant, the more desperate they're going to be to fill it, right? The more time pressure they're going to feel to fill that vacant position. Okay. And then other time constraints, maybe there's a project that's coming up that they need this position for, or there's an event or some deadline, month end, quarter end, year end close, forecasting, budgeting. That's important for this role to be around it. And so as those events get closer and closer, obviously their desperation to fill that role becomes greater. And then what are your time constraints? How quickly do you need a job? And you can think through a number of your own time constraints as well. Now the next element of power that I'm considering is probably the most impactful for this negotiation on a job offer, and that is options. What other options, first, what other options do you have if you say no to this offer? Do you have other offers? How far along are those other offers? Are they actual offers, or are you just in the interviewing stage? And then, what are their other options? What does their other applicant pool look like? How far along are they with the other applicants? Okay, that's really going to determine how much power you have. If you got other job offers, you got a lot of power. Okay, now I like to think about their circumstance as the last element. And to dive in their circumstance and my circumstance, I'm going to ask a very specific question. And it sounds like this. Are there any factors today causing them to be more desperate to need me? And then the flip side is, are there any factors today causing me to be more desperate? Okay, so when I'm thinking about their desperation, I'm generally thinking about my credentials. As an applicant, what do I do that separates me from everyone else? What skills do I have? What languages do I speak? What software do I know? What specialty skills do I have that they're interested in for this position that create a level of desperation for them to need me? That's what desperation looks like. What do they need that I offer? Okay? And then obviously I'm looking at my own circumstance and whatever it may be, how badly I need this job, right? And what's important to me in this job. Because as I'm thinking through my circumstance, it's not only the job and the money, is it the right job? Is it the right role for me that will build to my career? So I want to think through that as well and determining my level of desperation there, okay? Now, those are the areas of power that I'm going to explore. And I'm going to use my questions throughout the entire interview process to unlock those areas of power. But I'm also going to use my questions to display a genuine interest in the job and the role and its success.